everyone. Welcome to today's lecture. In today's lecture, we are going to start with introduction of doubly linked list. Okay, so in the previous lectures, we have already seen what do we mean by a singly linked list, and now I'm going to discuss with doubly linked list. Okay, and make sure you watch this video because this will be an introduction session, and afterwards we will see step by step what should be the code for insertion, deletion, and searching. Right. So let's begin. So what is a doubly linked list, right? Let me draw a diagram for you guys and then I'll explain to you. So what is a singly linked list? It was a linear data structure where we have interconnected nodes, right? So we have already discussed regarding your singly linked list. Let me show you the diagram for singly linked list. So in a singly linked list, we have interconnected nodes, right? So what was the diagram for in case of a singly linked list? We had a head pointer, we had nodes. Let us assume that the address of these nodes are 1, 2, and 3, right? And in the head, we have the address of the first node so that the head can point to the very first node, right? And then the first node contains the data part. This is the data part and the address of the next node, right? And the second node similarly, let's say, has data as 20 and the address of next node is 3, so it has the data part as 3, and then it will point to the next node. And as the third node is the last node, so it will have the address as null. So this is the diagram of singly linked list. Now, what is a doubly linked list? Let me show you the diagram of doubly linked list. So the data structure is similar to that of singly linked list, but in a doubly linked list, we have three parts of a node, right? Each node consists of three parts: the data part, the address of next node, and the address of previous node. So now how the diagram will look? Let's see that. So I'm just going to make some few changes in this diagram only, and you will get to know, right? So let us we have three nodes, and let me take the same addresses like 1, 2, and 3, right? Now, as this is the head pointer, so head will have the address of the very first node, and so the head will start pointing to the first node. Now this first node will have three parts, right? This is the previous address, this is the next address, and here we store the data. So let's say the data is 10. Similarly, I am just taking the data as 20 over here and 30 over here, right? Now the previous address means the address of the previous node. So there is no previous node for the first node, right? There is no node before the first node, so the previous address here will be null. Okay, and here we have the address of the next node, and similarly, now what is the address of previous node over here? That is 1. So as soon as I'll write 1 over here, this node will start pointing back to the first node, right? So each node is linked twice, you can say. Right, now the second node is also linked with the next node. So here the address will be 3 so that it can start pointing to the next node. Now this last node will have the address of previous node also. So here we will store the address of the previous node, that is 2. And this node will start pointing to the previous node. And as this is the last node, so the next address of the last node will be null. So this is the simplest diagram of your doubly linked list. Now we can just see that each node, we can say each node in a doubly linked list has three parts, right? Here we have the data part, here is the prev part, and here is the next part. And the prev part means that you are storing the address of the previous node. Next means that you are storing the address of the next node. And here we store the data part, right? Now, this is the simplest diagram of doubly linked list. Now, what do we have the advantages of doubly linked list? So, the very first advantage of your doubly linked list is that we can traverse in both directions, right? Traversing is possible in both directions, we can say. Okay. And second benefit that we have is we have a better flexibility. That is, the deletion is easy. So, I am just writing deletion is easy, right? This is the second benefit of a doubly linked list. And what do we have? The third thing in a doubly linked list, that it will require some extra memory because we have prev over here, right? This is the new thing which we have, which we do not have in singly linked list, but we do have that in doubly linked list. That is the prev pointer. So it will occupy more memory, right? So we can simply say that these are the things which we have in a doubly linked list. In the next session, we are going to see the code for this. So I hope the introduction of doubly linked list is clear to you all. See you in the next lecture. Bye.